They turn rainy days into a reason to smile, and all you have to do is look down.
Yeah, you really do. It's pretty incredible. Yeah, we're talking about Rainworks. They're pieces of art that only appear when they happen to get wet, Kelly.
And joining us now via Skype to talk about the art project is founder and CEO of Rainworks, Peregrine Church. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Hi, nice to see you.
So let's talk about it. How does this magic even happen?
Well, we have a special type of coating called the super hydrophobic coating. Basically, when you put it on a surface, it keeps that surface dry. So you know, concrete gets darker when it gets wet.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, what we do is we take this coating and we make a stencil of the design we want. And we put the design on some concrete, and then we spray over it with the super hydrophobic coating. That super hydrophobic coating is going to keep the concrete dry anywhere it got sprayed. So when we take the stencil away, everything looks invisible like normal. But the next time everything gets wet, the concrete turns dark like normal, except for where we sprayed. And that contrast between the dry and wet parts of the concrete create your image. And that's what we call a rainwork.
Cool.
So how did this happen? Come on. How did you come up with this idea?
Honestly, I love surfing the internet, learning about new materials and different types of products, but then trying to use them in a way that they weren't intended for.
Mm-hmm.
So like 4 years ago, I was surfing the internet, and I learned about super hydrophobic coatings. I learned that they could be sprayed through things, and I'm like, well, you can also spray paint, and spray paint uses with stencils a lot, so you could put this together, and concrete changes color when it gets wet. So my brain just sort of pulled it all together, and it just sort of hit me, and so I knew I had to try it.
I mean, it looks like you perfected it. We're looking at some pretty impressive artwork, very detailed, but how long did it take you to get it right?
Well, to be honest, the first time we tried, we had to try some coatings that were already on the market, and the problem with that was that a lot of them left a little haze that was visible, like a whitish haze on the ground, and that sort of ruined the magic of it. So we actually had to reach out to some companies and work with them to develop a coating that was actually completely invisible. And so now we have invisible spray, which is actually undetectable on the surface of the concrete. You can't see it or smell it or anything. And so it actually does feel like magic when on a dry day you don't see any messages, but the next rainy day, suddenly there's something to smile about.
Okay, we know you're based in the Pacific Northwest. We're talking Seattle, which is a place that typically rains quite a bit. Mm-hmm. Where else can people find Rainworks?
Rainworks are actually popping up all around the world.
Mm-hmm.
If you visit our website, you can actually see a map of where they all are, rain.works/where. And we have a map of where all the different rainworks that other people have made around the world. Now there are artists all over who have been using the spray to try to make their own communities, their own cities, more exciting on rainy days. It's been really wonderful to see this sort of community push around the world to make rainy days a reason to smile.
Peregrine, this is a tough question, but do you have a favorite?
Oh my gosh, there's so many. There's an artist in Norway who has been just going crazy with the most detailed designs I think I've ever seen, with like some famous figures like Poseidon and the Beatles, and he's just unreal. There's also another artist in Ashland, Ohio, who has been single-handedly turning the streets downtown into just these amazing.
Okay, unbelievable. We got to go to a commercial break, but that's Peregrine Church, amazing guy, founder and CEO of Rainworks. He had us at super hydrophobic coating. Unbelievable. Thanks again for joining us, man.
Pretty cool stuff. Getting up in Seattle pretty early for our show, too.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
So we appreciate it.